Hello and welcome to this live English lesson. All right, today the theme is food and drink. And you can probably see right over there, we're going to have a quiz. Yes, I have my glasses. Okay, so we're going to use this picture as a foundation for the lesson. So let's take a look. What are we studying in this lesson? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today, we are first going to summarize a picture, right? We're going to give you a brief definition, a brief way to explain what's happening in the picture. Then we're going to describe the picture in detail. And as we do this, we're going to explore vocabulary that pops up, right? To make sure you understand what's happening and what's going on. Of course, we're going to practice pronunciation, right? This is a great way to improve your pronunciation, and you can repeat after me. And of course, we're going to test you with a quiz, right? I think today we have a quiz with 6 different questions, right? So let's take a quick lesson preview, right? First, we're going to summarize the picture, all right? I will type on the screen and show you a brief summary of what's happening in this picture. Then we're going to do things in detail, right? First, we're going to talk about the time and place. And we're going to add a lot more detail to make sure you really understand what's going on and are able to explain what's going on in a situation like this. We'll move to people and activities. We have people in the picture. We will explain what they're doing and all of that. Then we're going to tell you the real story behind this picture. Or, well, the story that I made up, but we'll help you explain and learn vocabulary either way. Okay, and then after that, we're going to have a quiz. Like I said before, today's quiz has, I believe, 6 questions. All right, so that's what we're going to do today in this lesson. Great. I think we should get started. All right, so first we're going to summarize this picture. I see Mahmoud is here in the comments. Hello, hello. All right. And Bunny Beth says, Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? All right. So I'm going to start summarizing this picture, okay? Here we go. Let's see. A family of 4 is having lunch on a nice summer day. They are sitting in their dining room and are about to start eating. Garden is here. Hello, hello. Right? The mother just put a bowl of salad on the table. The father is saying something amusing. The mother, son, and daughter are looking at him and smiling. The food appears to be a healthy variety. Oh, and I put the L in there. A healthy variety of vegetables. They are enjoying each other's company. All right. Oh, Olga Svetova says hello. Hello, hello. And hello to everyone else as well. Okay, so this is a summary of this picture, right? Right now, we're not going into a lot of details. We're just kind of, briefly explaining what's happening in this picture. So let's take a look at a few things. A bowl of salad, right? Let's see if we can find some other pictures that would be interesting as well. Let's take a look. Let's do a bowl of salad. Okay, so we have a bowl and we have a salad. And a salad is composed of many different vegetables, right? Sometimes people will say salad when they really mean lettuce, right? Lettuce is just the green stuff, while salad is the whole mixture all together. All right, so this is a bowl of salad, and the bowl that they have is like a jumbo bowl, right? It's huge. All right, let's take a look. Here, the father is saying something amusing. Let's take a look at what amusing means. Since we have a nice dictionary, we might as well use it. All right, so we can find other ways to understand the word amusing. All right, so something that is amusing. Let's search for it. Let's say this pronunciation.
Amusing.
One more time.
Amusing.
Amusing. All right, so amusing is causing laughter and providing entertainment. So perhaps the father in the picture is saying something amusing, funny. Synonyms we have entertaining, funny, comical, humorous. Lots of synonyms for amusing, right? Okay, let's go back to the picture. All right, in here we also have the word variety, right? Variety means different options. But since we have a dictionary with a huge thesaurus, which is basically a dictionary for other ways to say things, we'll look up variety. All right. The quality or state of being different or diverse. All right. So diversity, variation, diversification, stuff like that. All right. Okay. So that is variety. All right. I think now we're going to do some pronunciation. So I will say each sentence, and we'll go step by step, and I will read it and then pause so you can repeat after me. All right, so this is a nice opportunity for you to listen to my accent, how I say it, and then try to copy. All right, here we go. A family of 4 is having lunch on a nice summer day. They are sitting in their dining room and are about to start eating. The mother just put a bowl of salad on the table. The father is saying something amusing. The mother, son, and daughter are looking at him and smiling. The food appears to be a healthy variety of vegetables. They are enjoying each other's company. All right, and when we say enjoying each other's company, in other words, they're happy to spend time together. I mean, everybody's smiling. It looks like the perfect situation. Okay, so we summarize this picture, and now we're going to get into detail. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so now that we talked about this picture briefly, right? It's a nice quick summary. Let's get into detail and see what's really happening in this picture, because there are so many different things we can describe and talk about. So we're going to start with time and place, basically the setting. Where is it? What time is it? And then we'll get into another part, which is the people and activities in a moment. All right, so here we go. The location of this picture is in the kitchen or dining room of a single family home with a Western style of architecture. All right, so this is our first sentence. And when we're talking about a kitchen or a dining room, depending on the type of house, the dining room could be part of the kitchen, or maybe the kitchen and the dining room are 2 separate rooms. So let's take a look what we can find for pictures. So if we just put in kitchen, we can see where you cook, where you do things, where you prepare food, stuff like that. If we put dining room, then, we have a table and chairs where you can actually sit and do the eating. However, if we combine them, we put kitchen, dining room, then we should have both, right? They might have separate sections, like there's kind of a counter in the middle. Over here is the main kitchen part, and over here is where you can sit and actually eat. But it's quite common to have in the big room all together, to have the dining area and the kitchen area. And if it's one big room, you could just say this is the dining area where you eat, and back there is the kitchen area where you do the cooking and you prepare the food. Okay. All right, so let's go back. All right. So a dining room of a single family home with a Western style of architecture. And if we're talking about a style of architecture, architecture is just how things are designed, right? So if we put it in the image search, it's probably going to come up with different buildings and stuff like that. Okay, so I am not an expert on architecture, if it's modern, if it's postmodern, if it's contemporary, if it's old, I don't know. But architecture is basically, you know, how the style is of the building, okay? So we have lots of different styles of architecture here. And the house that we're describing today, or the dining room or the kitchen area, would have a Western style of architecture. Okay, so let's go into more detail about that. There are two big windows in the wall behind the table. All right, through the window, we can see trees, leaves, and bushes. All right. Let's see. Mahmoud says, can we say they are sitting around the dining table? Yes. You can say the family is sitting around the dining table. And decoration or embellishment? Well, decoration is something that you add to something else to make it appear more beautiful or a certain specific style or something like that. And we can't see too much of this room to see how it's decorated. I mean, we can see the paint, the two tones, like the lighter brown and the white around the windows, but we can't really see a lot of decoration so much. It looks kind of simple, right? So let's see. So there are two big windows in the wall behind the table, right? So here would be the front, and behind are the two windows in the wall. And through the window we can see trees, leaves, and bushes, right? And let's take a look. Let's make sure everyone understands what bushes are. Right? They're basically just, you know, kind of a type of tree that's like shorter, and let's take a look. Bushes. All right, so these are different types of bushes, right? They might be around the outside of the house or in the backyard or something like that. But they're just kind of short trees, somewhere between plants and trees, I guess, bushes, right? Sometimes there are hedges. Maybe you've heard of hedges. And hedges are just like a nice row, and I think hedges are kind of cool because they can make mazes. Let's see, a maze of hedges. Maybe you've seen something like this or been inside one. It's kind of cool, right? So you can walk around inside, and it's basically a maze from hedges, and hedges are just a type of bush, right? Okay, all right, so let's go back. We're going to keep going. Let's see, because of all the vegetation, the family's house is probably located in the suburbs. Couple words here. We have vegetation and we have suburbs. So first, let's take a look at vegetation. Vegetation is basically just green stuff that grows, right? Let's take a look. Vegetation. I mean, you have trees, you have plants, you have flowers, you have leaves, you have bushes. All right, let's see if we wanted to look in the dictionary. Vegetation, what would be an actual definition? All right, plants considered collectively, especially those found in a particular area or habitat. Nice, okay. This is interesting. In medicine, vegetation can be an abnormal growth on or in the body. Well, we are not talking about medicine today. But interesting. All right, so vegetation in our context today is going to be trees, plants, leaves, green things, right? Things that you can see outside the window. All right. All right, so let's take a look at suburbs. What are suburbs? Well, suburbs are a section of a city, right? If you live in the suburbs, it's not in like the downtown, it's more on the surrounding areas around the main city. I see comments about tumors, malignant tumors. Yes, the vegetation in the medical sense. However, we're just talking about in the green trees and bushes type today. All right, so this would be in the suburbs, and if we notice, there is a lot of vegetation. There's grass, there's lawns, there's trees, there are probably bushes, right? So we could call this, and in the fall or in the winter, it turns brown and stuff. But in the summer, it's green. So this would be an example of in the suburbs, living in the suburbs, because you don't see high buildings or really skyscrapers or anything like that, right? Okay, so this family's house is likely in the suburbs. It's probably a very relaxing, nice, and safe place to live. Let's see, Mahmoud says, what is the difference between provinces and outskirts and suburbs? Well, provinces, depending on the country, are kind of like states. In the US, we have states, we have the whole country, and then they're divided up into 50 states. And so there's sections, right? There's sections of the country, and they have their own government, and they make their own laws, but they're under the one country. And different countries have provinces. I think Canada has provinces, if I'm not mistaken. I should probably look that up. But provinces are kind of like states in different countries. It's just a section of the country. Let's see, outskirts. Outskirts are like the outer section of the town, of a town or a place. Let's see if we can look up outskirts. We'll put outskirts of town, right? So it's the outer side, outer part of the town where if you're driving from one town to another, you will go through the outskirts. It's like the edge, the outer part, right? And then you get into town, and then you're in town. All right, and suburbs. Well, suburbs could be part of the outskirts of town. A suburb could be a town all by itself. So, for example, let's see, suburbs of Chicago. We used to live in Chicago. We didn't live right downtown. So if you look at a map, Chicago is like the big city, right? We lived in a town called Schaumburg. Right? So a suburb is usually a town that is not part of the main city, but close, and it's near it. So a lot of people that work in the downtown area with all the high buildings and stuff, they will commute. They will drive or travel to their homes in the suburbs, right? Because they probably don't want to live downtown for a few reasons. One, there's a lot more crime there. It's more expensive, and they probably want to have more of a quiet lifestyle in the suburbs. All right. So when we lived in the Chicago area, we lived in the suburbs. All right, let's keep going. Here we go. All right. They could also be in a rural area. All right. A rural area is just the opposite of urban area. So an urban area is like town and city. We'll give you a visual on that so it's easy to remember. We'll say rural area. Could be small town, it could be farms, it could be big open areas without any buildings. That's rural. The opposite would be urban, an urban area. Lots of buildings, skyscrapers, people, all this stuff, busy. So urban is the opposite of rural. And in this picture, I'm going to guess that they're in a rural area, right? Okay, so let's see. The walls of the dining room are light brown, and the window frames are white. Okay, so the window frames are the part of the windows that are like the edge, right? The frames, the parts that hold the glass in. If you don't have frames, there's no way to hold the glass up, right? So the walls are kind of a light brown, I guess, beige maybe, and the frames for the windows, the window frames are white. All right, okay. There is a lot of natural light coming through the windows. Natural light just means non-electric, right? It's from the sun. And in general, most people, I think, prefer natural light to a lamp or something. For one reason, they don't have to pay as much for their electricity bill, but natural light, it feels very natural. It feels very good. It's nice. All right, let's see. Mahmoud says, or Khatib says, like a village. Sure, a village would be in a rural part of the country or of an area, right? A village is basically a small town, and it could be in a rural area. Let's see, Mahmoud says like a countryside. Sure. A rural area would be a great definition for, oh, we live in the countryside. It's a rural area. Okay, let's see. The family probably doesn't have to turn on the chandelier. Ooh, what is a chandelier? Well, it's a type of light and it's very common in dining rooms. So let's take a look at a chandelier. Okay, so I mean, you can have chandeliers in castles, which are huge, or in mansions, or you can just have something small that's in, you know, a dining room at a person's home, right? And they can be really expensive, or they can be not so expensive. Okay, all right, time for pronunciation. And if you're doing pronunciation, put some apples in the comments. Here we go. Repeat after me. The location of this picture is in the kitchen or dining room of a single family home with a Western style of architecture. There are two big windows in the wall behind the table. Through the window, we can see trees, leaves, and bushes. Because of all the vegetation, the family's house is probably located in the suburbs. They could also be in a rural area. The walls of the dining room are light brown, and the window frames are white. There is a lot of natural light coming through the windows. The family probably doesn't have to turn on the chandelier. And when we say chandelier, the CH sounds like an SH sound. Chandelier. All right, so let's move forward. Ooh, more to describe in this room. Because of the amount of light and type of food, it's probably late morning or early afternoon. There is a large round table covered in a light blue tablecloth. All right, so on the table there is a tablecloth. It's a piece of cloth, a big piece of cloth that covers the table. And this one is light blue, right? And they put it over the table to, you know, it looks nice and also protects the top of the table. Okay, 4 chairs are placed around the table, right? And the people are sitting in the chairs. So on the table, we can see a healthy lunch. Very healthy. Let's see, Mamu says, is it possible for you, Michael, to use high-level adjectives to describe a scene delicately and precisely? Well, today what I'm going for is to describe the situation in detail. So we'll see what we can do. All right, so on the table we can see a healthy lunch. There is a large green salad bowl in the middle with wooden salad servers. All right, so let's take a look. What are salad servers? If we look at the picture, in the middle there's the green bowl and there are 2 wooden handles sticking out, right? So let's take a look. What are salad servers? All right, here we go, salad servers. And the ones we have are wooden, so we'll put in wooden. There we are, wooden salad servers. So they're like big spoons, right? Maybe a big fork and a spoon, and it just makes it easier to, you know, pick up the salad because the salad is not very heavy. And yeah, so these are salad servers. All right, and the main purpose of today's lesson is so that you can grow your ability to describe a common situation, right? So how common is it for people to have dinner, right? But to be able to explain all of the things that are happening at the same time takes a higher level of English. So that's what we're working on today. All right, so here we go. The salad contains many delicious and nutritious vegetables. Oop, I think I spelled that one wrong with the T in there, not like in Spanish. All right. Vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, onions, and cucumbers. Maybe more. Let's see. Nutritious means it's good for your body, right? It's giving it lots of things, minerals, vitamins, things that your body needs. We can't tell whether or not they put dressing on top of the salad. Okay, let's take a look. What is dressing? All right, and Leila Almeida says hello. Hello, hello. Okay. All right, let's take a look. What is dressing? Whoop. And specifically, we're talking about salad dressing. Okay, so salad dressing is the stuff that you put on top of lettuce and all the vegetables to make it taste better. However, a lot of salad dressing is not so healthy. It has a lot of creams, it has a lot of oils, it has sugars, and it has all this stuff. Tastes great, but it lowers the nutritional value of the salad. Okay, so we can't really tell. We can't get close enough to see if they have salad dressing or not, right? Okay, so let's move forward. All right, let's do some pronunciation. Repeat after me. Here we go. Leila Almeida says mayonnaise. It's possible, right? It's possible. There could be different ones. All right, repeat after me. Because of the amount of light and type of food, it's probably late morning or early afternoon. All right, Khatib says sauce. And here I wouldn't call it sauce. I think sauce is more for on top of a steak, on top of a tomato sauce, on top of a hamburger. When it goes on top of lettuce and vegetables, it's called dressing, like salad dressing. All right, repeat after me. There is a large round table covered in a light blue tablecloth. 4 chairs are placed around the table. On the table, we can see a healthy lunch. There is a large green salad bowl in the middle with wooden salad servers. The salad contains many delicious and nutritious vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, onions, and cucumbers. We can't tell whether or not they put dressing on top of the salad. And we can't tell because we're not close enough, right? Maybe they had like an Italian dressing, which is more of like an oil and you can see through it, so it's more liquidy, and they might have already put it on top. We don't know. All right, woo, more time and place, more details. Here we go. Each place setting has a placemat, napkin, eating utensils, a glass of juice, and a plate full of tasty salad. The drinking, well, let's see, before I move on, let's see, a placemat. All right, we can kind of see it. It's we'll show you a picture, then it's easier to know what a placemat is. You put it underneath the plate and underneath the, let's see, placemat. There we go. There you go. So this rectangle thing is called a placemat. And some people like it for decorations. Other people, they like it just to protect the table if they spill or something like that. So here's a placemat. Here's another placemat. All right, over here, I guess it's possible for them to be round, but most of them that I've seen are rectangle. And then you put the dishes on top. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. And eating utensils, right? This would be like forks, knives, spoons. All right, let's see in the comment. For example, we can use splendid meal or main course because the food is a general word. If you can put down strong and specific words in a bracket, that would be greatly appreciated. Well, I already have my lesson planned for today, so I'm going to proceed with my plan. But you're more than welcome to look up the words in the dictionary and find extra synonyms, because there are a lot, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at eating utensils. Right? Oh, and Layla Almeida said, could you wait a minute for us to repeat what you speak? Sure. I'll give a little bit more time after I read the sentence so you can repeat. All right. Thanks for letting me know. All right. So here are eating utensils, right? So we have the knives, we have the spoons, we have the forks, right? So it's what you use to eat. I suppose chopsticks could be eating utensils, right? Right. So there are chopsticks. I can use chopsticks. My wife is Chinese, and I've been using chopsticks for well over almost 20 years. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the picture. And next sentence. The drinking glasses could be filled with cranberry or raspberry juice because the liquid is dark in color. So we have two types of berries, right? Cranberries and raspberries. First, let's take a look at cranberries. We'll look at the fruit, and then we'll also look at what the juice looks like. So cranberry, this is a cranberry, right? All right. So let's take a look at cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is dark in color, right? Similar to what we see in the picture. All right, so they have dark colored juice in front of them. And the other option maybe is raspberry. So let's take a look at the berry. What is raspberry? And you'll see a P in the word raspberry, but we don't say raspberry, it's just raspberry. So I don't know where the P came from, but these are raspberries. Woo! When I used to grow up, they would grow wild in the bushes in the field behind our house. So they're tasty. You just walk outside, you find them, you eat them. And the bears like them too. So sometimes bears would be there and you kind of leave them alone, right? Layla Almeida says, reminds you of strawberries, right? They have the similar shape of strawberries, but these are raspberries. They're delicious. And let's take a look. Raspberry juice. All right. So we have raspberry juice. It's a dark colored. Oh, and it's also common to combine cranberries with raspberries, and they call it cran raspberry juice. It's delicious and very healthy. Mamu says, I have experience with Raspberry Pi board. Computer programmer, yes. How does it taste? Probably not as good as raspberry juice, huh? Okay. All right, let's go back. So the juice is dark colored. I'm just going to guess it's raspberry or cranberry. Maybe even strawberry juice, it's possible. All right, let's take a look. Each glass has a large amount of ice chunks floating near the top. So they want to keep their juice cold, I guess, and they put a whole bunch of ice in there. I probably wouldn't put that much ice because the ice is going to melt and make the juice very watery, but it's their choice, it's their house. All right, here we go. Let's do pronunciation. And as Layla asked, I will pause a little bit longer and you guys repeat after me. Here we go. Each place setting has a placemat, napkin, eating utensils, a glass of juice, and a plate full of tasty salad. Okay. The drinking glasses could be filled with cranberry or raspberry juice because the liquid is dark in color. Okay, here we go. Each glass has a large amount of ice chunks floating near the top. Right. And if you were unable to, or if you didn't have enough time to repeat after me, you can always go back and watch the recorded version. That's wonderful, wonderful thing about the internet, right? We can go back and rewatch. Okay, all right. All right, so we took a look at this picture and we described the time and the place, right? And things that are happening in it. We didn't talk much about the people, but we will, right? So right now we just talked about the time and the place and what's happening. Okay, so now let's move forward. I think it's time to talk about people and activities. Okay. All right, so we have 4 people in this picture. Let's talk about them and get some more details, right? Here we go. There are 4 people in this picture. A father, a mother, a daughter, and a son. 3 members of the family are sitting down and 1 is standing up. They are an Asian family, perhaps from China or Southeast Asia. We can't see the full face of the father because his body is facing away from us. All right, let's stop here for a sec. His body is facing away from us. So the father, wearing the dark blue shirt, we can only see, looks like the right side of his face because he's looking away. He's facing away from us. So his face is looking towards another direction, right? Okay, he is looking at the other members of his family. He could be in his 40s, right? If you say he could be in his 40s, we're talking about his age, right? So maybe he's 41, 42, 45, 46, 47, somewhere in his 40s. Maybe younger, maybe older. This is just my guess. I would say he's in his 40s. All right, so we're talking about his age. All right, let's see. The father is wearing a dark blue polo shirt and sitting on the side of the table closest to us, right? So where he's sitting right now, or he's seated, he's closest to us, right? If we were standing here where the photographer is, we would say the father is closest to us. And a blue polo shirt. All right, let's take a look. What is a polo shirt? All right, it's similar to a t-shirt, but it's different enough to have a different name. Right, so let's look up polo shirt. Okay, so polo shirt usually has a few buttons, maybe 2 or 3. I'm wearing a polo shirt right now, and the main difference between a polo shirt and a t-shirt is that a polo shirt has a collar, right? It has the collar over here, and it also has buttons, so it can unbutton down the front. Okay, so let's take a look at a t-shirt. All right, so there's no buttons and it doesn't have a raised collar, right? It has a collar, but it's not raised up like the polo shirt. So this is a polo shirt. All right, let's go back. All right, and we can see the collar here and it's short sleeve, and looking at the material, I'm pretty sure it's a polo shirt. Okay. All right, let's see. And we're talking about the father's. His right hand is resting on the table near his glass of juice. See, Mahmoud says a middle-aged father. Right, sure. We could say a middle-aged father because his kids aren't little babies, but they're not really old either. They're like in between, maybe teenager and a little bit younger. So sure, you could say he's a middle-aged father. Okay, so his right hand right here is resting on the table. It just means lightly touching, leaning on the table, resting on the table. Okay, let's see. His hair is neatly combed. So I guess he wanted to look good for this meal or for this picture, and he combed his hair. And he did it in a neat way, which is like organized. So his hair is organized very well, but we would just say neatly. Neatly combed. All right? Okay, let's do some pronunciation. Repeat after me. There are 4 people in this picture. A father, a mother, a daughter, and a son. Three members of the family are sitting down and one is standing up. They are an Asian family, perhaps from China or Southeast Asia. We can't see the full face of the father because his body is facing away from us. He is looking at the other members of his family. He could be in his 40s. The father is wearing a dark blue polo shirt and sitting on the side of the table closest to us. His right hand is resting on the table near his glass of juice. His hair is neatly combed. Okay, so we talked about the dad. There are more people. Let's describe. Okay, the mother is standing on the opposite side of the table and smiling at the father. She is probably around the same age as her husband, right? She is standing between the 2 children with the daughter on her left and the son on her right. Okay, so she here is the mother, right? So we're talking about the mother only in this section. She, right? So she is standing right here between, right? So there's one child on each side, and on her left would be her daughter. And her right, when we say her left or her right, that means from her point of view. So if we were looking through her eyes, on her left would be the daughter, on her right would be the son, right? Okay. All right, let's see. The mother is wearing a light green t-shirt and dark pants. And I'm going to guess they're pants. I suppose it's possible that it's a skirt, but we'll just make a guess. All right. Mahmoud says, what is the action name that she's doing? Woo! Be patient, it's coming. Okay, so the mother is wearing a light green t-shirt. It's not a polo shirt. Remember, there are no buttons and there's no raised collar, right? So the dad has the polo shirt, but the mom is wearing a t-shirt. Okay? All right, so let's see. It looks like the mother just placed a large green plastic bowl of salad on the table. So we could say she is holding the edge of the salad bowl with her right hand. Her left hand is leaning on the back of the daughter's chair. All right. We could say the mother is leaning forward and using the daughter's chair as support, right? So if she leans too far forward, then she's going to be off balance. So she puts her arm on the back of the daughter's chair. And the whole time, she's smiling. Okay. Leah Huda says hello. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see. Here we go. So let's do some pronunciation. So to answer Mahmoud's question, what is the action name, what she's doing? Here, she's holding the edge of the salad bowl with her right hand, right? She's holding it. And her left hand is leaning on the back of the daughter's chair. And the mother, as in her whole body, is leaning forward and using the daughter's chair as support. If she didn't lean also on the daughter's chair, maybe she would lose balance and fall forward. Okay, let's do a pronunciation. Repeat after me. Here we go. The mother is standing on the opposite side of the table and smiling at the father. She is probably around the same age as her husband. She is standing between the two children with the daughter on her left and the son on her right. The mother is wearing a light green t-shirt and dark pants. It looks like the mother just placed a large green plastic bowl of salad on the table. She is holding the edge of the salad bowl with her right hand. Her left hand is leaning on the back of the daughter's chair. The mother is leaning forward and using the daughter's chair as support. Okay. All right. And let's see, Mahmoud says, if she wants to give the bowl to someone, what should I say? Well, right now, let's see, just in the picture, she placed, as in she's putting a large green plastic bowl of salad on the table. If she wants to give it to someone, she could maybe slide it over, so it's still touching the table, but it's sliding over. Or maybe she will pick it up and hand it to someone, right? Or pass it to someone. So there are different ways. I think right now, since everyone has salad on their plate, maybe she just finished serving them, giving them the food, putting it on their plate and filling it. So now she's putting it back in the center of the table. So if someone finishes their dinner, they can eat more if they want. Right. Leahuda says hand it or pass it or give it, move it. You could say slide it. We have lots of options. All right. Ooh, let's talk about the kids now. The daughter is sitting to the left of the mother and is wearing a pink short sleeve shirt. All right. Let's see. Layla Almeida says she serves. Am I correct? Sure. You could say the mother is serving the salad. She is serving the food to her family. Sure, that's fine. We're going to assume that she is the one who prepared the meal. Is it for sure? No, but it appears to be that she is the one who maybe prepared it and is serving it to her family. Okay, so the daughter is sitting to the left of the mother right here and is wearing a pink short sleeve shirt. All right, so short sleeve just means it like this. It doesn't go all the way down your arm, right? And it's pink. And we'll actually be more specific. We'll say t-shirt, a pink short sleeve t-shirt. All right. Leah is already wanting to describe the boy. I will get there. Right now, I'm just describing the girl because there's still more. All right, so a pink short sleeve t-shirt. she's going to be the daughter now. We're talking about the daughter, has her arms at her sides, right? So her arms are straight down her sides, and her hands might be folded on her lap under the table. So we can't see, right? But I'm going to make a guess here because it's a comfortable position. So let's take a look at a picture. Hands folded on her lap. Let's do that. Okay. So if you have your hands folded on your lap, it would be like this, right? It's just a comfortable position if you don't want to put your hands up or you just want to sit and relax for a moment, right? Same thing. All right. Okay, and under the table, folded on her lap. Lap is just your legs, right? The flat part of the top section of your legs when you sit down. Okay, let's see. She, once again, it's the daughter now, has long black hair that hangs down over her shoulders. It looks like she has an earring in her left ear. She is probably a young teenager and a few years older than her brother. The daughter is looking at her father and smiling. Okay. Let's see, Mahmoud says, why did you say is wearing instead of has worn? Well, I'm describing this picture as if it is in the present, as if I'm looking at the family right now. So if you look, is looking, is probably younger. She has. So I'm talking in the present tense now because I'm describing the picture, right? So I'm not talking about how it was before. I'm using the present tense, present progressive a lot of ings, right? Is sitting, is looking. Because I'm describing this picture as if they were sitting right before me, and I need to talk about it. Okay, let's do pronunciation. And before Leah Huda put apples, so I'm going to assume she was doing pronunciation. If everyone else is doing pronunciation, let me know. Put some apples in the comments. Here we go. Repeat after me. The daughter is sitting to the left of the mother and is wearing a pink short-sleeved t-shirt. She has her arms at her sides, and her hands might be folded on her lap under the table. She has long black hair that hangs down over her shoulders. It looks like she has an earring in her left ear. She is probably a young teenager and a few years older than her brother. The daughter is looking at her father and smiling. Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about the brother or the son. The son is sitting on a chair located to the right of the mother. He is directly in front of one of the windows. All right. So right behind the son is the window. So we could say he is directly in front. So if there was a rock or a baseball that broke through the window, it would hit him because he's directly in front of the window. All right. Ooh, I see apples in the comments. Great. Wonderful pronunciation. All right. The son is wearing a light blue shirt. And I think Leah Huda, yep, the boy's wearing a light blue shirt. That's correct. She had said that before. Wonderful. Okay. We cannot see his hands, right? Because they're probably under the table. Oh, they might be under the table. I suppose there's a chance that he doesn't have any arms. But I'm going to guess his hands are just under the table and they're waiting to start eating. Leah Huda says maybe this is a celebration for their graduation from school. Sure, it's possible. All right, he, and this would be the son, has black hair, and some of his hair hangs down over his forehead. Right? Forehead is just the section right here, and my hair is so short that it doesn't hang down, right? But this boy, he has a little bit longer hair, so the hair hangs down over his forehead. Right? We can say hangs down. Okay? He is probably a few years younger than his sister. The son is looking directly at the father and smiling. Everyone is smiling. His smile shows the top row of his teeth. Right? So we have the top row and we have the bottom row underneath, right? And he's smiling, and you can see the top row of his teeth. Mahmoud says he is a crippled and disabled boy, maybe. It's possible. We only have one snapshot, one moment frozen in time. Leah Huda says, or maybe a surprise for their father, and that's why they're hiding their hands down, holding a gift right under the table. It's possible, sure. And perhaps the father said something amusing, like funny, and the family is laughing. All right, smiling and laughing. See, Leila Almeida says, teacher, couldn't I say that the window is behind the boy? Sure, we can say that. We can say the window is behind the boy. And you can do the opposite too and say that the boy is in front of the window. And I would say directly in front of the window because he's right there, right in front of it. Okay, let's do pronunciation. Repeat after me. The son is sitting on a chair excuse me. We'll do that one again. The son is sitting on a chair located to the right of the mother. He is directly in front of one of the windows. The son is wearing a light blue shirt. We cannot see his hands. They might be under the table. He has black hair and some of his hair hangs down over his forehead. He is probably a few years younger than his sister. The son is looking directly at the father and smiling. His smile shows the top row of his teeth. Perhaps the father said something amusing and the family is laughing. Okay, so in this section we talked about the people and activities. All right, what's happening in this picture? All right, here we go. Let's move forward. Now we're going to talk about the real story. And it's the real story from my point of view. So it's going to add a little bit extra situation to the story, more details that I'm going to make up using my imagination, but it adds extra, right? We're not just going to only talk about what we see. Let's add kind of a situation to it. Okay. Ooh, and I see apples in the comments. Pronunciation, great. All right, here we go. The family has a tradition of eating together every Saturday afternoon. The grandparents were unable to attend because they hate the kids. All right. And unable to attend means unable to come. So the grandparents chose not to come because they dislike the kids. They hate the kids. During the week, each family member has a very busy schedule. The son and daughter go to school. Go to school. And the mother and father both work at office jobs in the city. All right. Right now, they are posing for a family picture, and everything is incredibly perfect. The mom, and before I move on, they are posing, all right? Posing is when you sit still or you freeze so someone can take a picture, right? So they're all like, huh. And they're posing. They're waiting for the camera guy to take a picture, or the photographer. Okay, so right now everything is incredibly perfect. The mom will post 20 pictures from this photo shoot on Facebook. I think it's all together. Photo shoot on Facebook. And brag about how everything in their life is perfect. Ooh, juicy information. All right, let's see. So let's see. The mom will post 20 pictures from this photo shoot. So they probably hired a photographer to come to the house and set up lights and have a nice camera and take pictures, right? And they prepared this situation so that it will look perfect on Facebook. All right. And to brag. Ooh, brag is a good word to know. Let's take a look in the dictionary, shall we? Leah Huda says, be proud. Okay, dictionary. Brag is usually seen as a negative thing because you're showing off. Let's see what it says. To brag, it's a verb, it's an action. Say something in a boastful manner. So boastful means you're like, yeah, I'm the best, I'm rich, I'm great. All right, so let's take a look at the synonyms. Boast, crow, show off, swagger, swank. All right, let's say example. They were bragging about how easy it had been. Oh, I can't believe how easy the test was. How could you think it was difficult? Or something like that. So if you're bragging, you're talking about how what you did or what you have is better than what other people have, right? Leah Huda says to show off, right? That's right. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so she's going to put all the pictures on Facebook. Oh, we got to do pronunciation. Repeat after me. Here we go. The family has a tradition of eating together every Saturday afternoon. The grandparents were unable to attend because they hate the kids. During the week, each family member has a very busy schedule. The son and daughter go to school, and the mother and father both work at office jobs in the city. Right now, they are posing for a family picture, and everything is incredibly perfect. The mom will post 20 pictures from this photo shoot on Facebook and brag about how everything in their life is perfect. Okay, moving on. In the real story, here we go. This is where it gets juicy. After the photographer leaves, reality will return once again. All right, and reality just means the truth, right? The true situation. It's likely that the brother and sister will start to argue about who has a better Instagram account. The chain smoking father will go outside and have a cigarette. Okay, chain smoking means that you finish a cigarette and you start another one, and you keep smoking over and over and over, and you just do one cigarette after another. That's chain smoking. The mother will gossip with her friends on WhatsApp about the new neighbor that just moved in. It's just another day in the life of a loving family in a beautiful suburban neighborhood. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's see. Olga Sotova says they'll have fries and hamburgers and switch on the TV. Forget about the healthy food. Right. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Mahmoud. You answered Layla's question. Thank you. I didn't see it. Wonderful. Well done. It's great when the students can help each other, especially when the teacher doesn't notice something. Well done. Very nice. Okay. Here we go. Repeat after me. After the photographer leaves, reality will return once again. It's likely that the brother and sister will start to argue about who has a better Instagram account. The chain-smoking father will go outside and have a cigarette. The mother will gossip with her friends on WhatsApp about the new neighbor that just moved in. It's just another day in the life of a loving family in a beautiful suburban neighborhood. Okay, and before we talked about the suburbs earlier in the lesson, so suburban is an adjective. It's describing what kind of neighborhood. Before we talked about the suburbs, the noun, that's a section. Right? Suburban neighborhood is very similar to suburbs, right? Probably outside the major downtown part of the city. All right. Leah Huda says, would you please explain the chain smoker? All right. Chain smoking means to smoke cigarettes one immediately after the other. So let's take a look. Chain smoking. Huh? Kids? I don't know about that one. Okay, so you have people smoking, and they keep smoking. You finish one cigarette, and then you start another one. You finish that one, then you light another, and you start and start and start. All right, let's see. Mahmoud says vicinity and nearby. Vicinity means in the area, around. It could be like a circle around you in the area. And nearby just means close to. So something could be in the vicinity and nearby. They're a little bit different. Vicinity means in the area, right? And it could be a big area or a small area depending on the context or the situation. Nearby is more specific. It means something that is close to you. All right, let's go back here. All right. I think we need to move forward. Guess what time it is? It's time for a quiz. Let's see. Have you been listening? Woo! I have 6 questions today. All right. Let's check it out. Let's get started with question number 1. Okay, here we go. What kind of food was the family eating? A, spicy food, B, junk food, or C, healthy food, or D, gross food? It's time for music. While you put your answers in the comments, here we go. Okay, so what kind of food was the family eating? We have spicy food, junk food, healthy food, and gross food. All right, and here is the answer. Healthy food. Right, let's take a quick look at the picture again. I'll try to make it a little bit bigger. Right, I mean salad. It doesn't get much more healthy than that. And it doesn't even look like they put salad dressing or cream or oil or anything on top. It's just the vegetables. It's really healthy, right? Okay, so there was a word in here that maybe not everyone understood. Gross food. Let's see. Olga Svetova says healthy food, but just for the photo. After that, it was French fries and hamburgers. Right? Okay. And Leah Huda says they're all healthy except the father. He is a chain smoker. All right. So let's see. Gross. Gross means disgusting. Something you don't want to eat. All right. Let's see if we can put some pictures with the word gross. So we'll say gross food. All right. All right. This is, I don't know, something you don't want to eat. All right, that looks kind of gross. All right. Oh, a rat. That's always got to be kind of gross. But let's look it up. What does gross mean? Okay. It's an adjective. Yes, we're going to describe. And it's going to be for food. Let's see if we can find. All right, here we go. Informal, as in very rude or coarse or vulgar. We're going to go down to informal. Yes, it's informal. Very unpleasant, repulsive. So it's disgusting and gross, but it's a fact. Disgusting, repellent, repulsive, abhorrent, loathsome, detestable, sickening. So if the food you see makes you like want to throw up, you might say, it's gross, right? It's not good. All right, the opposite of gross would be delicious. So spicy food, lots of spices. Junk food, pizza, French fries, candy, cake, stuff like that. Junk food, right? But the salad is healthy food. All right, on to question number 2. All right. Which of the following is an example of vegetation? A, bricks, stones, and pebbles. B, leaves, trees, and bushes. C, pasta, bread, and sugar. D, land, property, and things. All right, time for the music. Answers in the comments. Okay. All right, I see lots of the same answer. Which of the following is an example of vegetation? The answer is B, right? Leaves, trees, and bushes, things that are green. All right, so before we were talking about what we can see through the window, and we can see lots of leaves and trees and maybe some bushes, so that is vegetation. All right, let's see. And let's see, Mahmoud says something about pebbles. Pebbles are just small rocks, right? Stones could be bigger, and pebbles are smaller, right? And we could put rocks in there too, okay? And, right. none of these words are very advanced, so I think we should be all right to move on. Okay, question number 3. Here we go. The only person not wearing a t-shirt was the A, son, B, daughter, C, mother, or D, father. Play the music. Okay, here we go. The only person not wearing a t-shirt was the D. It was the father. All right, let's take a look. And we'll see where we described him. Okay. He is... All right, the father is wearing a dark blue polo shirt. All right, let's take a look at the picture a little bit bigger. All right. See how he has a collar right there, right? And it's a raised collar, so it can fold over. And we can't see the buttons, but just based on the style of the shirt, it's not a t-shirt. A t-shirt doesn't have buttons, and it has a low collar around the neck. So we have a t-shirt, 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 except for the father, right? The father is wearing a polo shirt. Okay. So the only person not wearing a t-shirt was the father. Okay, here we go. Question number 4. Why was the daughter holding the salad bowl? A, she wasn't holding it. B, she wanted to eat from it. C, she was talking about it. D, she planned to share it. Okay, why was the daughter holding the salad bowl? All right, the answer is A. She wasn't holding it, right? Huh? Did I trick anybody? So this is a question that is not true, right? All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the picture. Right, the daughter is not holding the salad bowl. The mother is holding the salad bowl with her right hand. Maybe she just put it on the table, or she's moving it around. Right, the mom or the mother is the one holding the salad bowl. Okay, so the daughter, the answer is A, she wasn't holding it. So none of the other answers make sense because they would mean that she was holding it, but she wasn't. So the only one that works is A. Okay, let's go to number 5. Why didn't the grandparents come and eat with the family? A, they disliked the food. B, they disliked the journey. C, they disliked the pets. Or D, they disliked the kids. Here is your music. Okay. All right. So why didn't the grandparents come and eat with the family? Wouldn't all grandparents want to see their family? All right. The answer is they disliked the kids. These grandparents don't like the kids, and they don't want to come eat. Mahmoud says, "Rip, God bless them." Rest in peace. All right. Layla Almeida says, "Relaxing music." Yes, it is wonderful music. All right, so the grandparents didn't come because they dislike the kids. Another way to say dislike is they don't like the kids, right? The kids make them want to run away. Journey, another word for journey is trip, right? Okay. Question number 6. Here we go. Da-da-da-da-da. What? Woo, this is a good one. What was the real reason for the family meal? A, Mom's WhatsApp followers. B, Mom's Facebook followers. C, Mom's Instagram followers. Or D, Mom's Snapchat followers. What was the real reason for the family meal? Okay, we have all different answers. What was the real reason for the family meal? Something to do with social media and mom. All of the answers have moms. So we'll be talking about the mother. Let's see. Here we go. What was the real reason for the family meal? Mom's Facebook followers. I might need to explain this one because we did mention WhatsApp and Instagram, but there was a special one. Let's take a look. Okay. The mom will post 20 pictures from this photo shoot on Facebook and brag about how everything in their life is perfect. Okay, so the whole reason they got together was to do a photo shoot, to look perfect, like the perfect family. Right now, they are posing for a family picture and everything is incredibly perfect. The mom will post 20 pictures from this photo shoot on Facebook and brag and show off about how everything in their life is perfect. So maybe I tricked someone because we also did talk about WhatsApp. Later, the mom's going to gossip on WhatsApp, and the kids were going to argue about Instagram, right? See who had the better Instagram account. All right, interesting. Good comprehension exercise. Here we go. So the real reason was mom's Facebook followers. She wants them to know they have a perfect life. Okay, so we just finished the quiz. It's my first quiz with 6 questions. Wonderful. All right, let's take a look. What did we accomplish in this lesson? Well, did we summarize a picture? Yes, we did. We summarized this beautiful picture right here of the family and everything that was happening. Let's see. And here was our summary, right? Not a lot of details, but enough information to know what's happening, right? Okay, so let's see. Did we describe the picture in detail and explore vocabulary? Yes, we did. And we divided into sections. Time and place. 3 screens. We did people and activities. We just talked about each person in the picture. And we also added extra juicy details that you can't tell by looking in the picture, but we can use our imagination and make things more interesting. All right. And we also explored the vocabulary. Yes, we did. And we practiced pronunciation, right? I read through what I typed and you guys repeated after me. All right. And we tested you with the quiz. Yes, we did. All right. So that's what we covered in this lesson today. I want to make sure to tell you guys to remember our motto, improve your English and become more valuable. All right. And if you enjoy the material, make sure to subscribe. Animation. And one more, if you're already subscribed and you want to get notifications about our videos, our lives, and stuff like that when they're coming up or they're released, there's a little bell. And you can touch the bell and get notifications. YouTube will send you a message, I guess, or a notification when we have new material. All right, so that sounds pretty cool. All right, I'm going to play a little bit of music and put our logo back on, motto. Here we go. And then I'm going to be out of here. All right, I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'll put my Apple too. All right. I'm going to play the music and say thank you in the comments.